Alright guys, I'm back to film another video this week. Hopefully it will be posted. I'm not going to post it today because I don't like to post too much together, and I'm going to try to post content throughout the week instead of just all on top of each other or not at all. So probably either Thursday or Friday I will upload this, if not sometime during Saturday, Sunday this weekend. But I just figured I would film because this is one of the times during the week that I actually am alone and get to do my makeup Instagram page and my part of this channel. That way I'm not just kind of bothering my boyfriend with it because he is the other part of this channel. Anyways, today's video is going to be on the new Colourpop Golden State of Mine eyeshadow palette. It's a palette of all glitters, shimmers, metallics, whatever you want to call it. I'll put swatches in at the end of the video like I did with my Laura Cat's Pajamas palette that was posted two days ago on Monday. This was $26 from Sephora, and yes, I bought this with my own money. No one bought it for me or anything like that. So today I'm going to see what kind of look I can create with this for you guys for a cute little tutorial. And I'm also going to be incorporating the Laura Cat's Pajamas palette again because this has some nice transitions and mattes in here. And this palette, as you guys know, doesn't have any mattes in here at all. And this one has a few that I think will look really nice with this look if I don't drop it before I do this video. So thank you for watching this long intro, and let's get into the actual video itself. So I just quickly primed my eyelids with some Wet n Wild concealer, and I set that concealer with the shade Okie Dokie in the Cat's Pajamas palette. So now I have a nice smooth base to work with. And before I get started, I just want to let you guys know a few things. One, yes, I do have full face makeup on. I do that before my eyeshadow videos because I feel like the purpose is for the eyeshadow. I don't want to take a year doing my face makeup on camera for you guys. And then my other thing I have to say is you guys will hear a noise. It is my hamster and my heater. If you guys watched my last video, you will understand why that's so loud. But we're going to get into this tutorial right now with this palette. So a few things that I noticed off about this palette right away is that the packaging. For one, I like the packaging. I think it's presented really nicely. But when you open it, it feels a little bit cheap, which is kind of bothers me because it was $26, which isn't a lot of money in a sense for all the stuff that you get, but to me it is a lot of money. And then you open it, you also do not have a mirror, which bothers me a lot because let me just show you guys just a regular old palette like this one from Lorac comes with a mirror. Wrong palette, hang on guys. This one right here from Lorac comes with a mirror, like a nice size mirror, which I'm not saying it has to come with a mirror like that, but even this, just a highlighting kit from here comes with a mirror as well. So I don't know, that bothers me right off the bat that it has no mirror at all, because this would not be a good thing to travel with at all right off the bat, because especially there are no mattes, which I don't have an all shimmer palette like this one at all, and the colors were so beautiful, so that's why I did buy it. But also, since there are no mattes, it also makes it a problem for traveling as well. So I'm just going to be using this palette right here for some matte shades and for the and for the mirror in the palette. So I'm going to start out with the Laura palette, and I'm going to start with a tapered blending brush. I'm going to take the shade Bomb Diggity on it and fluff that in my crease. And I'm going to hopefully be able to show you guys what I'm doing with it. I'm going to also take the same brush in the shade Cray Cray in the crease as well, but I'm going to go more light-handed with this since it is a darker color than the first transition shade that we put down. This is just going to help deepen it up and make it kind of smoke out slightly. And you guys are going to notice I'm kind of messy when I do my eye looks at first because I don't put tape down. I don't try to be precise because I like to go in with some makeup remover or cleanser, or makeup wipes or concealer at the end to straighten everything out, because as you can see that this eye always does this, but this eye always ends up looking a little bit more put together. But that's okay guys, so don't worry until the end. I tried to just get through this. So now I'm going to take the Colourpop palette since I have a good base down, and I was thinking that I was going to cut my crease out and make it a cut crease look, but I don't think I want to do that. And now I'm kind of iffy if I should add some glitter glue or not. I think I'm going to add a little bit because some of these shadows are pretty chunky. And I don't think that they're going to stick as well without a nice glitter glue base. Honestly, like, that's just what I think. So, I'm just going to put a little bit of glitter glue all over the lid because I think that's going to help these shadows stick a whole lot better. I think that they would be fine without the glitter glues. It's just a precaution. And they just seem like very glittery, and alright guys, so I think I want to do it with a brush and my finger because I have a feeling I'm going to have a better result with my finger. But I think I want to take I'm going to take this shade right here on my brush, some more cranberry shades, so this will be like nice for winter. Just going to coat my brush as I would any other shadow. This one's not one of the more glittery ones, so we might have better luck with it, especially because it's going to be on a glitter glue. So let's just see how it performs. It is quite chunky. A little difficult to work with are my first impressions of it. Not having the super best results with the brush. I mean, like, it's like okay, but I think like if I were to use my finger, I could really get in there. So I'm going to put my brush down. I'm going to take that same shade on my finger and do that on my other eye and see what happens. Yeah. This already looks, I feel like I get a little bit more payoff. It's a little bit easier to work with. Don't get me wrong, it's very similar to the other eye. I just think that this was a little bit easier to work with at first because I'm gonna fix my other eye, but like on the tape, excuse me, it looks a lot better than it does in person on this eye I'm doing right now. But in my opinion, I think the finger is the way to go with applying these shadows. They're a little bit difficult to work with. I'm going to take a brush, blend that through my crease so we can get like it all nice and smooth out. Alright guys, I'm going to mess with this a little bit more, apply some mascara, and I'll be right back. I lied. Actually, I'm going to take that same brush I used to apply it first with my eye, and I'm going to take this shade and put it in the middle of my eyelid to kind of, just to see what it does. I'm just curious because I want to use more than one shadow, but it's hard because they all are shimmers. But I want to kind of see where this, I want to see what these shadows really are capable of, if they are worth $26 for the cons that do come with. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I'm just going to lay that on top of it actually, I think. That's really pretty. Alright guys, I'm back. I put on some mascara, some liquid lipstick and gloss, and I smoked out the lower lash line, as you can see. Yeah, so if you guys want to know my final thoughts of this palette, I think I'm going to just kind of like recap. You get it at Sephora, $26, kind of feels cheap packaging, no mattes in here at all, 100% metallic shimmer, whatever you want to call it. You don't get a mirror. I think that this very cute packaging. I just wish it felt a little more sturdy. I wish maybe there were more fun pops of colors in here. I feel like a lot of these shades look similar just looking at it, but when you do swatch them, some of them are duochrome, some of them are more of a satin type of finish, if that's what you want to call it. Overall, I think I would rather recommend something that you could use more every day that has transition shades or at least some matte colors. For example, I would probably over this recommend the Loralee Los Angeles palette or the Lorac Sunset palette. Palettes like that have transition shades and matte colors in them that you can create versatile looks with them. You can go full glam or neutral or just no makeup, obviously, if you wanted to. But I think I would recommend this palette, but it is one of those things where it's like a buy at your own risk type of thing. If you do not like an all matte or all shimmer palette, this will not be for you. If you're a makeup collector like myself and you don't mind spending $26 on something like this, as long as you're going to reach for it every now and then, go for it. Would I reach for this every single day? Probably not. I would probably reach for something that I could create a look right then and there. But when I look at this, for one, I see so many things I could create. It kind of confuses me and it kind of just stresses me out. But if this is your type of jam, go for it. I think it's a beautiful palette overall. And yeah, it's kind of one of those things, buy at your own risk. Anyways, I'm going to insert some swatches in a video really quick, so just stay tuned for that right now. I'm trying to get all the swatches in there. As you can see, that's all the swatches from the Golden State of Mind palette by Colourpop. Now available at Sephora for $26. Some swatched way better than others. Like these first few weren't the greatest, but they are lighter in color, and they all, for the most part, are really pigmented. They all have a really chunky consistency of glitter. So if you're not into like glitter, this palette also may not be for you. I also swatched this on my Instagram at MUA link in the description box if you guys want to see like a actual picture of the swatching and the palette. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys have any suggestions on what you want to see me film, please feel free and comment down below what that may be. I have a few things I want to film. Let me just get that off my head real quick. Yeah, for example, I want to film with the Lorac Unzipped Ocean Sunset palette. It looks like this. Got it for $42 at Kohl's. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I just felt I spent a ridiculous amount of money on it, and I kind of just want to play with it and show you guys. And I do have the Violet Voss X Laura Lee palette right here, which is also another thing that I would love to film with. And I have the Anastasia Stick Foundation I would love to film with. So I kind of want to film a first impressions video on some of these things, even though they're not all first impressions. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'm going to get to editing this video, and it will be up in the next few days. And thank you so much for watching. And give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what you would like to see next.